Good morning, um, or whatever time of the day that you receive this video. Welcome back to another Abundant Life adventure. This time it's a cooking adventure. It's Thanksgiving time, holiday season. And for my family and friends who are watching in the future, this is the recipe for Mady Lee's sweet potato pie via Maida Marie. Okay, so starting out with sweet potatoes. I don't like the real big ones, but medium size. A medium sized sweet potato will make a pie, or either two small ones. So slice it horizontal across so that you cut the strings. That's the first step. You need eggs. I use one egg maybe and one more egg. This is for 4 pies, so I have 5 eggs. Um, we like Mama used to use McCormick. So McCormick seasoning, cinnamon. Uh, I do not have it in the nutmeg, but normally I do. So nutmeg, um, and vanilla. Must have McCormick vanilla, and it's really expensive. Right now, 1 ounce is $4. A little lemon. It can be a regular lemon or lemon from a container. A little flour, a little sugar, a little brown sugar, a little salt, sticks of butter. Mama used a Land O'Lakes. I'm not sure if she used salted or unsalted. This is what I have, so this is what I'm using. And pie crust, Pillsbury pie crust, or make your own. She prepared her own pie crust. Um, I'm going to put it all together, show you the colors. Oh, the stick of butter, I usually use a whole stick for 4 pies, but this time I'm gonna use a little bit more. Some people use a whole stick for 1 pie. I use a whole stick for 4 pies. Um, oh, Coronation canned milk. Um, that's the only brand Mama used. And 1 can for 4 pies. Um, and about a cup of sugar per pie. But you're doing it to taste. All of these are to taste. About a top of so that's about, I don't know what spoon that is, but a top full of vanilla to start out with. Uh, Cinnamon, not to make the pie change colors, but just a little cinnamon, a little nutmeg, and just a very little nutmeg, because nutmeg is bitter. Um, but anyway, I'll put it together and let you see a few more steps. And I also strongly suggest you put out all your ingredients so that you will not forget them, because I've done that in the past. You can forget 1 or 2 of these ingredients if you don't put them all out. Also, pie crust, and I use the regular size Pillsbury when I'm not using pie crust, homemade pie crust. Also, my mom and I, we would place holes in the pie crust, even on the sides, and toast. I call it toast. Toast the pie crust a little bit, not too brown, but let it toast. This helps those little bubbles that come up. This helps keeps the little bubbles from coming up. And toasting to me helps your pie crust be a little bit more flaky. Okay. Okay. Uh, I'm at the point where I believe my potatoes are soft enough. They're falling apart. I'm going to drain the water off. Okay, our technique has been, my mom and our technique for this recipe has been to boil our potatoes. Some people believe in baking. Some people believe in boiling with the skin on. The issue with those other two methods is you got to worry about the stringiness, strings. So this method takes away the strings because you're cutting it across, cutting them in small pieces. Okay, also to the issue of sugar. We're here in Texas, so Mama's recipe calls for imperial sugar. We find that this sugar, it doesn't take as much sugar, even though we do put a lot of sugar in the pies. It tastes better for us, and each his own. Okay, I'm trying to show you the color. That's the color. And I tried not to put a whole can of milk. I put just a little bit less than a whole can of milk. So a little bit more than 3/4 can of milk. And then you're going to add about 1/4 of a cup of flour at a time. And you're going to add about a cup and a fourth of flour to thicken it back up. That's your thickener. Alrighty. So if I didn't add enough sugar already, I'm going to sprinkle some sugar on top. I do that to all my pies. Sprinkle a little more sugar. Some people use a different kind of grain of sugar on theirs, but I just use regular. Just a little sugar, more sugar. And once you figure out about what size potato you need, you just really need one decent sized potato and base it on that. Alrighty. So here are my pies about to go into the oven. Now I'm gonna start out with I'm start out with 375, but I'm gonna take it down to 350. And I'm gonna bake them till when I put the toothpick in them, and nothing's coming back on the toothpick. Or either they brown enough. If they brown enough, I'm just gonna let them finish cooking on their own. Alrighty, welcome back. I thought I'd share this too. After Thanksgiving is always leftover turkey. So I prepared what I'm calling turkey pot pie. And I'm going to use, for the first time, I'm going to use this pie crust at the bottom, and I'm going to make strips across the top. Normally I just take two regular pie crusts and turn one at the bottom and one on top. So, doing a little bit different with this cast iron skillet this time. And I also put cream of chicken in here, and I put frozen mixed vegetables, and I put a few pieces of frozen broccoli, and of course cut up turkey, and I did cream of chicken, not a whole can, about 3/4 a can, and some leftover gravy. I put that in here also. All right, let's see how it turns out. Okay, this is the turkey. Okay, this is the turkey pot pie coming out of the oven. I did go on and add the rest of that cream of chicken. As you can see, I put it on the top. I would say let it brown till it's the brown that you like. And I'll show you what it looks like after we cut it. Okay, I cut a piece for Dawn already. Now it's my turn. At least I like the way it's juicy. Okay, let's see, spoon. Okay. Okay. I know it's too hot to really taste, but I'm gonna give it a taste. It's good. If I do say so myself, that's good. That's good. That is really good. Mm-hmm. Got that little bit of crunch. Yeah. Very good. Very good. I started something over here with the green apples. Um, it's a what I'm trying to do is I took cinnamon rolls from a can and I wrapped it in apples slices, and then the apples I have left over I have them around. It's going to be sort of like a cobbler and then sort of like an apple roll. So we shall see how it turns out. I just wanted to try it with cinnamon rolls. And I still have the topping right there. I'm going to put on top at the end. Okay, this is the dessert out of the oven, hot out of the oven. I did cover it at first with foil because I wanted the apples to have a chance to soften before the bread brown. Then I took the foil off and let it brown. I'm letting it cool just a little bit before I put the icing on it. I did sprinkle a little sugar on top. And now I'm going to put this icing, which is more sugar, on top. Okay, hopefully it's cool enough. I'm anxious though. I know it could cool a lot more, but I want to taste it warm. And I did put the same pretty much ingredients over the plain apples as I put in my apple pies. So a little cinnamon, a little vanilla I sprinkle over them, um, a little lemon, of course sugar, just to give them a little taste, apple pie taste. Alrighty. Okay. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we have. That was one. I'm gonna get two in a piece of. I'm gonna get two in a piece of apple. See how it tastes. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. First time, good. You definitely do need the cinnamon on top, though. You do need the icing on top, because it's not that sweet. I might could add a little more sugar. Sprinkle a little bit more sugar on top, but it's still a good, nice treat